Right, good morning. It is now Tuesday. Now I have to say out loud that it's Tuesday because I did wake up this morning and I thought, oh, thank goodness it's Saturday. I have no concept anymore, just no concept whatsoever. My hair is washed, but I haven't brushed it because I have curly hair. Why would I brush it? Like, it's just asking for trouble. But it's still blonde for the time being. We'll see what happens by tomorrow. I don't think I've got time to dye it today, to be completely honest. I have an idea of what I'd like to do. Yeah, let's face it, the hair's going to get dyed. Particularly if it does feel like we're going to be in this situation for longer. I need the distraction. If you could see around me right now, I really don't need the distraction. I've got plenty of things to do. I have this habit of picking up one too many hobbies. Right. I can't remember now at all if the name's been announced. There will possibly be a full-on video at some point, but he needs an outfit for a naming video, independent of everything else. But the name has been settled on. Here's a full name, Sir Ernesto Lavender. So Ernesto and I are about to go down to the lake. We're going to wait until it gets a little bit lighter because it's still god awful o'clock. Like, what is the time right now? 5:37. So we'll wait a little bit longer, maybe until just after 6. I could just check when sunrise is, can be completely honest. And we're going to go for a bit of a run. Or we're going to attempt to go for a bit of a run. We haven't had a run since surgery. We've been walking, and walking's been kind of okay. And sleeping's been... well, sleeping's improving, is all I can say. Oh, look at that. The cupboard's partly open. That's the yarn closet, if you heard about the yarn closet. There's a lot of yarn in the yarn closet. Anyway, so we're going to attempt to go for a run. Why? Why? Because today is my birthday. I am 43 years old. Yep. And for the benefit of Rebecca, the tights that we're wearing today are the Galaxy tights. Not sure if they're going to be worn all day, no. But they're definitely going to be worn for the run. Because it's cold. And I don't do cold very well. I don't like it. Not a fan. The other thing that I know that I did a vlog about the fact that I'd fixed the printer yesterday. In fixing the printer, I had to dig down to the printer because the printer became a flat surface on which to store books. So many books. So many books. But I kept wondering why the books kept falling off. And then I did find out why the books were falling off. On top of the printer was my unicorn pillow pet, and somehow I had started stacking books on top of him. So he's having a bad day. Well, he was having a good day now, but he was having a bad, probably almost a year, as things piled up on top of him on the printer. I now need to clean under the printer table, as that's got all of my resin supplies. See, I really don't need another hobby, but we'll be going for a run as soon as it starts to warm up. So I might have this video edited and uploaded before I go for the run. We shall see, because then it'll be breakfast. Anyway, the bit that we tune in for, classwork. It's not Tuesday. It's a Wednesday. I told you, I've lost the plot completely. Really completely. It is Wednesday, the 25th of August, and this is a day that I should know, because today is my birthday. It's the day where Mr. Anderson and Josh and I were supposed to be going to dinner in recognition of 30 years of SGCNZ Shakespeare with the Governor-General at Government House. But now we're not. Part of me wants to dress up for dinner and swan around the living room drinking champagne and nibbling things off little plates during the day. However, there's a couple of problems with that. One, I don't have anyone to hold the little plates. The last time I had, it was afternoon tea I had at Government House a wee while back, and there was a man who arrived when I arrived, and he said, "Hello, I believe you're Juanita," and I was like, "Yes, I am." Thinking I was like famous. I'm not that famous. I'm not famous at all. But he came up and he said, "Look, I will be your personal butler. If you, I know that you're vegan." I was like, I am vegan. I'm not vegan anymore. I'm just a vegetarian now because being a vegan over lockdown just seemed wrong last year. So I've been vegetarian ever since, and it's a terrible idea because I'm lactose intolerant. I should not be eating dairy, but soy has a longer distance to travel, so I can't deal with it in my head, to be honest, more than anything else. So where was I? So my personal butler kept coming up anytime I wanted snacks, and I'd literally be standing there thinking, I could use a snack, and all of a sudden he would arrive with a little plate of things that I could partake of. So I have to say, Government House, when they put on a do, it's nice. And I was quite looking forward to it, to say the very least. Okay, I was very excited for it. Dawn was going to be on it for all of her hard work over the last 30 years, and she got to select the people that had been there supporting her, and it was just really nice to think that me and Mike and Josh were thought of fondly by Dawn, because she's done so much for all of us. Yeah, because to put it into perspective, she's trusted Josh to run the tech at 3 professional theatres. It's kind of crazy, you know? Starting from when he was year 10, and she's trusted me to look after the Young Shakespeare Company and go to London, and same with Mike. And she had enough faith in me to let me go and perform on the Globe Theatre stage in London. And for those things, I will be forever grateful, because they're all very life-changing. Yeah. So emotional post over. So it's a Wednesday. Junior drama. You don't have drama today. The vast majority of you have finished the work. I would like to say, Dante, you're up there with the kids from Rathgiel, who also did the same task, and they all complained, do they have to watch the whole video? Sound familiar? But I think Dante takes it to a whole new level with the following day asking, why? I mean, I'm pleased that he asked why. The main reason to watch the entire play is to have seen the entire play. If you only watch the first half of A Winter's Tale, you think it's a tragedy, you think the guy has just killed his wife and child and thrown his infant baby into the woods. And it's a horrible story, as well as accusing his best friend of an affair and the whole works. But if you see the whole play, you find that she's not dead. The daughter grows up to marry the son of his best friend. He realizes his best friend wasn't sleeping with his wife. He just needed to trust his wife more. However, his son did still commit suicide by jumping off the castle. So it's not all sunshine and roses. But if you stopped watching at the end of the first half, you would think it's a very different play than it is. So the moral of the story is, why do you have to watch the whole play? Well, because that's the story. You know? The only time I would say that you don't have to watch the end is if you're watching Marley and Me. I've never seen the end of Marley and Me. There's a bit where the dog runs off into the forest, and that's where I turn the movie off. And in my headcanon, what happens is the dog runs off into the forest, and everybody's like, oh my god, the dog is lost. The dog has run to the forest. So they run off into the forest after the dog, and they save the dog, and they come home, and everybody lives forever. I don't really cope well with movies where dogs die, so that's the only exception to the rule of, you just watch to the end. Even if you've got to do like this sometimes because things are scary, watch till the end. Right, now that I've given out zero work to anybody and we're 9 minutes into my video, but it doesn't matter because it's my birthday, and this video can be as long as I want it to be. Actually, to be fair, that'll be tomorrow's video as well, because I'll be filming for the rest of the day. Bam, booyah, there's going to be 2 long videos coming at you. Or maybe 1 long video and 1 really short video. Right, okay, year 11s. We have our Google Meet class today. Oh, I think I've got a cold coming on. I'm feeling a bit nasally. So at 11 o'clock today, year 11s, we will be popping on to the Google Meet. I will send you the code in the email that you get this morning. I changed the code yesterday after realizing that I had announced 1 code online. That just seems irresponsible. So, I will send you the code in the email this morning when you get the link to this video. And I will see you at 11 o'clock, and at 11 o'clock we're going to talk about A Midsummer Night's Dream, and we're going to talk about our favourite characters, and we're going to talk about what monologues you've got to do for the standard and stuff like that. It was really nice to catch up with the year 12s and 13s yesterday and see everybody's faces again and see that everybody's alive. It means a lot at this point. Yeah, year 12s. I'm hoping that by the end of today you've got at least through 2 plays. It was nice having those discussions with you over which ones to choose. So just to reiterate, if you want the easiest way to pass, I would go Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet. If you want the most complex way to pass, I would go Much Ado About Nothing, Winter's Tale, Macbeth. But any combination will work. I do have a cold. I don't want a cold. Lockdown and sick, that would suck so hard. We might just have to deal with it. Coughing still hurts. The internal burns just take so long to heal. So 2 plays, compare and contrast. We will have a couple of activities a day after today, but I have to keep reminding myself that it takes a while to get through a Shakespearean play because they're about 2 hours apiece. You technically only have 1 hour of class per day. I am going to ignore, with the 12s and 11s, the days where you don't have class, because who even knows anymore what days you don't have class? I won't ignore the weekends. I won't set work on the weekends. That seems mean. Or will I? But I will keep setting work on the day that you don't have class, because I don't know how not to do that without not hurting my head. So carry on, make sure you've watched 2 by the end, and then we'll start getting some complicated bits to compare and contrast. Yes, you're also going to be doing a monologue, but unlike the year 11s who have a choice of monologues already in their assignment, you're going to have to pick your own. Not because I hate you, but because you're picking different plays. And yeah, so I'll have some links at some point of where you can get the monologues from, or the whole scripts, or put some monologue suggestions up for those of you that are doing this the easiest of ways. Yes, I'm not going to name and shame, but I'm sure there are a few of you. Right, year 13s. It appears that the vast majority of you are working on finishing New Zealand theatre, finishing the directing standard. I know that at least one person wants to attempt trying doing devised from home. It's doable, but it's going to be much harder than when we get back to school to do devised, that's for sure. And we'll just see whether or not that pans out as being a possibility when they get back to me today. Yeah, so that's it. The plans for the day. I should really check whether or not I've got a virtual staff meeting, because I am notorious for being late to those. I am going to be making some danishes. The pastry is made. The custard is made. And it's my birthday. I can bloody well make danishes if I want to, all right? Okay? Good. Other than that, I haven't actually done any baking. I'm very tempted to get a booze delivery, because I would like to make the lockdown bread that I forgot has beer in it. And I don't have any beer. Well, I do have some beer in the fridge, but it's artisanal flavoured beer, which would make my bread taste artisanal and flavoured. I'm not such a big fan of artisanal flavoured beer. I like a golden lager. Yep. That's basically it. I like when it's really cold and it's a hot day. I like a golden lager when having a barbecue or eating a curry. The rest of the time I don't really even drink beer. I do like cocktails. So because it is my birthday and I can do whatever I damn well want, I'm very tempted to order ingredients for margaritas, because I think I might have limes on my lime tree, and at some point I should swan around the lounge drinking margaritas. Yep. I'm not uncool enough to start day drinking yet, so maybe that'll be with dinner. Margaritas with dinner. What do I want with my margaritas? Oh, do I want margaritas and tacos? I don't know. It's my birthday and I can have whatever I want. Yes. Anyway, it's got to be starting to lighten up now. What's the time? It is 10 to 6. So I will get a wriggle on, start transferring my files and editing this video, go for a run, make breakfast, and send you all an email. Yarth. Keep taking care of yourselves. Keep looking after the people around you. Today's the last day for doing the Battle of the Bard. The Battle of the Bard, yeah, NZ is the hashtag. Monologue competition if you want chocolate. So I will put the link in the bio. Again, I just really like saying link in bio. I think at some point yesterday I said something about putting something in a card. We'll see if I remember. I'm not going to remember. You can't hold me accountable because it's my birthday. And it's lockdown. And I will be surrounding myself with unicorns and playgrats, because that is what my life has become. Yes. So I will now put the footage from today, no, the footage from yesterday after this, because I think that makes the most sense. And that way you don't have to sit through an entire 20-minute long video just to find out that you're watching a video for class. My mentor class, that's the other group that I haven't mentioned to. I have to put a link up in your Google Classroom. Your task today is a well-being survey. For anybody else who's listening in, who it's junior, oh, I'm dying. You also have the same thing. I'm not sure if it's for every student in the school. It could well be. This is not a Kuranui survey. This is an NZ something or other survey that's being sent out to all schools. So I can't remember what year levels everybody has to be to do it, but it's completely anonymous. It's about your well-being and how you feel at school and stuff like that. So if they want to know how our well-being is during lockdown, talk about timing, New Zealand government. Talk about timing. So do fill in your well-being survey, and that's going to be your work for today. It may yet be your work for Friday. We shall see. Because I actually don't know how long the survey is, because I don't have a survey link to it. But if it's the one I think it is, it's about 4 pages long. So do just take your time on it and put some serious responses, because it's a way of affecting change for young people. Oh, coughing. Anyway, I'm going to go have a drink of water, start editing this video, go for a run, and contemplate margaritas and a cheese board. Yes. When sorrows come, they come not in single spies, but in battalions. So all the things that we were basically holding out for the rest of the year have all kind of compounded this morning into nothingness. Well, yesterday and this morning. So the dinner at Government House has been cancelled. As of late last night, Theatre Sports has been cancelled. And as of about 2 minutes ago, the one-act play North Island Champs Internationals have been cancelled, which it could not have come at a worse time, to be completely honest, because they were the things that we were looking forward to and the things that we were holding on to. And then we'll have to wait until the end of the week and see what Auntie Jacinda says about what levels we have changed, because there's only one thing left to cancel, let's be completely honest, and that's the musical. I don't even have any words, sorry. I know these are things that don't matter in the midst of a pandemic, but they were the things we were working towards, they were the things we were doing well at. Was incredibly confident that we would get 1 or 2 plays through to the national level. And And now it feels like we did all of that work. And we've just been sort of left. We'll come up with a thing. We'll come up with a way of performing it depending on how this rolls out. And we will hopefully still be able to do some theatre sports in class. Yeah. So you have my apologies, but I'm just as gutted as the rest of you. Right, so the hair is washed. The disappointment remains real. So what do? We console ourselves by cooking. And I'll show you what I found. I was wrong about Nadia Lim. She was not the one who had the lockdown loaf. That was Chelsea Winter. If you want a copy of the lockdown loaf recipe, just let me know and I'll scan it, because I've now spent the last hour sorting out my printer scanner. And I'm sure she won't mind because she shared it in lockdown last year. But what I'd forgotten about it is that it has beer in it. So why am I suggesting sharing it to minors? Anyway, it's got beer in it. And I don't have beer. So we won't be making bread today. But what we will be doing is finishing this pastry. It's chilled enough overnight, and it's smushy, and it's ready for the butter to be beaten into it, so it's about to become very noisy. And again, if anyone wants a copy of my Danish recipe, there we go. I'll send that one on, because I scanned that and sent it to a whole stack of people last year. It's time commitment, but at the end of the day, you get pastries. So we've beaten all of the, flattened, rolled all the butter into the pastry. It's now going to sit in the fridge for an hour. Yep. Now last year in lockdown I did make a time-lapse video of making pastries. If I feel like I'm onto it, as I'm a successful YouTuber now with over 100 subscribers, I'll link that in the card. I'll forget, let's be honest. So, had my first Google Meet class for this lockdown. Can't say we did any learning. Did have a nice catch-up. Hair has been washed. It's drying out slowly. Tempted to dye it. We shall see. Pastry's been folded again, which means that I can fold it again in about a half an hour. And then I think after another hour it would be technically maybe ready to be used. Other exciting things. There's nothing over here. Unpacked the final box. After moving, there's, I think now, no, it's not the final box. It's a final box, but it's not the final unpacking. No. But now my lounge and deck is all clean and clear. So that's something. And I'm now going to have a cuppa and do some knitting, and then work on the project for the juniors and the project for the video thing. I don't know how to explain it. To work on the other project anyway. Pleased that there are people who are keen to jump on board with a project that doesn't even have something that makes sense. But doing that while watching Olympic highlights, because that's what one does. Yes. Definitely, it's going to have to become a goal. Drink more water, because I think all I do is drink coffee at the moment. That's not good. Right. I shall catch up with you anon.